Where does Feastables rank in your kind of priorities?
Clearly not high because we're doing a podcast. There's not even a feasible. Yeah, very high. I mean, a lot of my time in 24 went to solving ethical sourcing because there's a lot of unethical things that go on in the chocolate supply chain. And so I don't even know if me and you have talked about this, but most people don't realize this, but majority of the cocoa in the world comes from West Africa, and 46% of labor on cocoa farms in West Africa is child labor. And
Right.
so, yeah, it's pretty brutal. So when I found that out, I was like, oh, this is a thing. And so I went to all the big chocolate companies, and truthfully a lot of people just didn't give a fuck, and I was like, well, I give a fuck. So that's what I spent a lot of time last year on, was just figuring out, how do we do that? And the number one reason there is child labor in West Africa is because people don't pay their farmers enough. So since they're in such deep poverty, they literally just can't afford to hire labor, so they have to use kids or whatever, child labor. And so if you want to solve child labor in your supply chain, you have to pay your farmers a living income. And so that's what we do. 100% of Feastables farmers make a living income, which, to calculate that, obviously a living income in West Africa is different than a living income in USA, which is different than a living income in Japan. So we look at all the cost of, like, a house there, or inflation or bread or whatever. And then there's this thing called a living income reference price. And that's what we guarantee our farmers will make. In exchange for that, we audit their farms, talk to the kids, interview the parents, make sure there's not child labor going on. Yeah, I'm just trying to show that, like, you can run a large scale chocolate company ethically.
With the philanthropy work, do you get a lot of negative feedback on that as well? Do you get more for that than you actually do for the rest of the stuff you do?
That's an interesting question. I mean, I think I said this on Theo Vaughn, and but yeah, is it weird to put my foot on the chair like this? I don't know.
I don't care.
Okay.
I'll do it as well.